My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video. Where do I even begin with this video? Over the past few weeks, I've been noticing, and I'm sure you guys have noticed this as well, that various YouTubers are starting to come out and voice their opinions on, you know, things, just how things are being done on YouTube and how they feel like, you know, they're being mistreated and stuff like that. But this isn't just on YouTube. I've been seeing this on Twitch as well. I'm sure there are some TikTokers out there that don't like how things are being done on TikTok, maybe Instagram. And these aren't like small YouTubers. These are YouTubers with millions upon millions of subscribers out there. So I had this plan already, but once, you know, all these other YouTubers started talking about this stuff, and I'm just like, yo, I'm not even like a freaking blip on YouTube's radar at this point. Like, I feel like I wanted to do this because I've been having this on my mind for literally years. I've been doing YouTube now for what, 10 plus years. I've been doing YouTube since I was what, like a junior, maybe a sophomore in high school. So I've been doing this for a good chunk of my life. So I kind of just wanted to, if you want to call this me venting my frustrations on, you know, just YouTube. But again, this isn't YouTube. This is just content creation in general. Hence the title, content creation is exhausting. Again, I've been doing YouTube since I was pretty much in high school. It was an interest of mine. I got into YouTube like in probably late 2008, early 2009. I still remember why I got into YouTube, because of Javen's game show. He was one of the first like people that I seen on YouTube talking about games, and he was black. I didn't see at that time a lot of black YouTubers talking about games, and I'm like, yo, this sucker is doing like what I wanted to. And the fact that he was black doing it, it was like, yo, this, like, I see myself in this guy. I will always give credit to Javen's game show. Fast forward 10, 11 plus years later, I'm still doing it, and I love doing YouTube. I as much as people like complain about, you know, how things are done at YouTube, and yes, there's a whole bunch of stuff. There is a long list of stuff that I feel like is wrong about how YouTube does their business, and just so many things that you kind of have to deal with and try to work around just to, you know, see a crumb of success on this site. But one thing I will always never take away from YouTube is YouTube has they have given so many people an opportunity to monetize their voice, and there are so many people that are now, you know, really successful off of YouTube at all, and it might have, you know, expanded to different platforms, but it started from YouTube. So that's one thing, that no matter how many people complain about YouTube and this site and things that they do and how YouTube is so trash today compared to how it used to be, YouTube has forever changed the game for just people and just society. People are able to live off of YouTube and just talk about their passions and, you know, build their brand off of that. So I will always give YouTube credit for that. As small as I am, I'm a small channel. Yeah, I got 100,000 subs, but I've been on this platform for over a decade easily. And, you know, you have people that will, you know, start up a channel a few months and they might get less than that or a whole bunch more than that. And I feel like this is a thing that a lot of content creators don't talk about enough, especially if you're not really like up there with like a million upon millions of subs and viewers and stuff like that. This is a job. It's not like a hard labor job out there, but I'll say this. I've done retail jobs and, you know, hated my life. Hey, absolutely despised my life, going on break, crying inside of the car like, this cannot be what life is. I've done the retail stuff. And I'll say this, YouTube and just content creation, because I do Twitch as well, this is hands down the best job that I've ever had, while still in all being the most frustrating job I have ever had. This content creation thing is not for everybody out there, because one of the most difficult things I feel like in life is when you are passionate about something, like you truly love doing something, and for years you are putting what you feel like your blood, sweat, and tears and just creative juices into everything. You feel like you're giving this thing your all for years, only for you to not get back what you feel like you deserve. And people don't deserve nothing in this life. You know, you're not promised nothing in this life. So I don't want to like come off as like, oh, I feel like I deserve this or that. No, no one deserves nothing. But you do get to the point to where it's like, damn, I've been doing this for a good chunk of my life, and I just don't feel like I'm getting the recognition that I should be getting. And then you see other people that haven't been doing it as long as you have, and they're freaking blowing up, and you're like, what the hell am I what the hell am I doing wrong? And at least for me, I can speak for me, it's no hate. Is no hate at all. You know, it might be a little bit of envy. Is one of the most demoralizing, frustrating, mind-numbing experiences, which is why I will say this is the best job, while at the same time the most infuriating job. You hear about, you know, the people that are, you know, the quote-unquote overnight successes, or, you know, people that have been able to, you know, make it big on YouTube and now are doing big things, but you don't really hear about the people that have been on YouTube for a decade plus, putting in, you know, hours upon hours, staying up late night trying to finish the edit of video, only for them to upload it and like no one really checks it out. Like, stuff like that you can never get from working a 9-to-5 job, because that is you putting all of your efforts into something you're truly passionate about doing, and you're essentially failing because all of the time and effort that you're putting into this is not giving you that love back. When you love something a lot and you don't feel like it loves you back the way you love it, boy, that is a whole nother obstacle to get through, bro. I've been through the highs and lows, you know. In like the early days on like YouTube, I was getting, you know, more views at that time, but it was a lot less competition on the site. You compare it to today, they freaking changed the algorithm so much, I can't even care enough to do research about it no more. I have tried everything. And the funny thing is, I'm able to laugh about this stuff now because I'm just way more content and who I am, and like I am just in a better place now. When like I was going hard at this junk, I would hands down be crying right now. Hands down. There's so many great YouTubers that I know of that have been doing this as long, if not longer than I am, and you know, they kind of still just do it, but they never really got that credit that I feel like they deserve. There goes that word again. But yeah, it's just one of those things, and then you just see other people blowing up, you know, via, it could be YouTube Shorts, or, you know, for some reason their game channel just gets like all of these views, and you could upload the same type of style vid and like your junk just gets nothing. Like, what works for some people will not work for you, and like I had to learn that over the years. There's just so many things that come into account when doing content creation that if you don't keep yourself in check and you are always constantly comparing yourself to others, that junk can lead to depression. It could possibly lead to suicide. It could just lead to your mind state not being in a good frame. And sometimes you can do all of the things right. You can have the perfect thumbnail. You can upload at the right time to where all of your viewers are on the site, or when they're at least said to be on the site. You can put all of the hashtags in your description to try to, you know, get you into the all. Like, you can do all of this junk, and sometimes it just still does not work. But then someone else could do it, and for some reason it just just clicks for them. And it's one of the most, I can't even put it, I can't even put it into words. It can be hell trying to constantly sit in front of a camera and put on a put on a facade like you're completely okay and just jumping around like when deep down inside you're freaking dying because what you're so passionate about and what you love so much isn't loving you in return. That junk is a whole nother level of torture. So yeah, man, and what's funny is I'm able to live off of the stuff that I do, you know, because of Twitch. You know, if I was just doing YouTube, or if I was just doing Twitch, I probably wouldn't be able to do this. It's because I do both, you know. So I still consider myself one of the fortunate ones out there that I have been able to still make it work for me despite all of the frustrations that I've been through. So I have people that still like ask me for advice and stuff like that, but it gets to the point to where I'm like, yo, I don't even feel like I can offer you advice. Like I don't even feel like at times I'm worthy enough to give you advice. I've been on this platform 10, 11 plus years, and this is all I have to show for it, and you're asking advice from me? Like, no. So it's oh my God, it's so many emotions that you deal with when you do content creation. You know, you hear about being burnt out, all of that stuff. You know how many times I've been burnt out from doing YouTube and Twitch because I've been doing this for so long, and I still feel like I'm fighting for crumbs. Do you know how that burns you out sometimes, just trying to keep, you know, up with how fast stuff moves now on the internet? Like, man, always trying to upload that next vid because things are moving so fast and people are always uploading like every freaking second, and if you're not covering the big topic as soon as it comes out, then you can just lose out, and then all of a sudden that hurts your that hurts your channel. All of that stuff, if you don't, you could choose to play the game and do all of that stuff, but you're not going to feel happy. That's when it actually starts to mess with you outside of the internet. When you step away and you kind of feel like you're just like this empty vessel because all you know now is YouTube and content creation, and I have to upload the next video, and oh my God, what's gonna be my next, oh my God. Like, I'm actually having like visual flashbacks while I'm sitting right here right now speaking about all of this junk, because I've been through this junk. I've lived it. It's pretty much all I know at this point. So yeah, man, content creation is exhausting. This can be really fun and really enjoyable, and if you can find something for you that works and it's sticking, keep on doing that. You are going to have a blast while making money. But at the same time, they don't talk about that ugly side enough, like the after effects of what this can do to you if it doesn't work out how you thought it would. And this expands far beyond just YouTube. This could be you trying to do music. This could be you trying to, be a chef. You know, this expands into like just life. When when you are passionate about something and you're giving your all towards something, hoping that it could eventually one day be the way you make your living, and you feel like you're giving your all towards it, but it's not giving you that love in return. That's something that is that's a whole nother monster. That is a whole nother monster. And it's interesting because when I was sitting back watching some of the bigger YouTube channels start to voice their dislikes about the platform and just how they do stuff, you know, Corey Kenshin, and then Jacksepticeye had came out, and then I think Markiplier came out, and a host of other people just started, you know, kind of started talking about this topic. And yes, it's true. I mean, everyone knows this. Like, bro, there's a lot of stuff that is still wrong with this platform. But at the end of the day, who is YouTube's competition? Who is seriously going to give YouTube a run for their money and truly threaten them to have creators leave the platform and be like, you know what, I don't need this no more, I'm going here? Who is that? We've been asking this question for, I feel like people have been saying that YouTube is dying since like 2009. And it's still here. You know why? Because there's no one out there that can truly pose a threat to freaking YouTube. They have already long ago established their brand and following on YouTube to where they don't even need YouTube no more. If they stopped doing YouTube today, they would be good. Trust me. And I'm not saying that means that they can't still voice their displeasures about the platform, because they still do care about it and still upload on it. But for the people that, you know, are just starting on YouTube, or the people that still feel like they have something to prove, but the platform is just always constantly changing, and the algorithm, and just always trying to upload the next thing, and just how fast the internet moves today. For us, content creation is probably as competitive and as frustrating today as it can ever be. And if you are not ready for that, this ain't for you. Bro, this is not for you. If you are not ready to play the game and upload constantly and always, you know, try to search up the best SEO to get your vids shown up in the algorithm, and late night edits and all that stuff, and the perfect thumbnail and all that different stuff, if you're still trying to, you know, grow and prove yourself with all of this stuff going on the platform today, and you not established, if you don't have the right mindset for it, it can affect you not only mentally but physically. You can get sick from this junk. I've been there. So yeah, and while I could say all of that stuff about YouTube, of things that I feel like hinders a lot of people's just growth on this website, I can still say in the same breath, yo, I love YouTube, bro. Like, I love what this site has been able to do for myself and a host of other people out there. So yeah, I mean, pretty much the moral of this video, the moral of this story, if you want to take anything away from this video, you take away the title of this video. Being content creation is exhausting.